Grow a Garden 2, first time playing. Alright, here we go. I've never played Grow a Garden 2 before, so we're figuring this out together. Okay, I'm loading in now. And wow, there are gardens everywhere. Some people have giant farms already, and I have this little patch of dirt. That's fine. Every gardening empire starts somewhere. Let's see. I think I need to buy some seeds. We've got carrots, tomatoes. I'm just going to grab the cheapest thing, because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. All right, seed planted. Now we wait. This is the most intense gardening experience of my life. Come on, little plant. I believe in you. Wait, it's actually growing. Okay, this is kind of satisfying. I can already see why people spend hours playing this game. You plant something, harvest it, make some money, and then suddenly it's 3 hours later and you're still farming virtual vegetables. Let's harvest this. Money. We made money. We are officially professional gardeners. Okay, now I'm looking around, and some players have plants that are taller than buildings. One person's garden looks like it could feed an entire country. Meanwhile, I'm over here celebrating a single carrot. Let's buy more seeds. You know what? We're reinvesting everything. No spending. No luxury items. Every coin goes back into the farm. Business mode activated. Plant. 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 Look at this efficiency. I have no idea if I'm being efficient, but it feels efficient. Wait, what was that? Did my plant just grow bigger than the others? Hold on. Maybe I got lucky. If that's rare, I'm about to pretend I knew exactly what I was doing. This game is dangerous because every time you earn enough money for an upgrade, you immediately want the next upgrade. Just one more harvest. 5 minutes later, just one more harvest. 20 minutes later, okay, one more harvest and then I'll stop. You never stop. My tiny garden is actually starting to look respectable now. We've got rows of crops. Things are growing. Money is coming in. I'm basically a farming legend. A very small legend. Anyway, if you've played Grow a Garden 2 before, let me know some beginner tips, because right now my entire strategy is planning random things and hoping for the best. But honestly, I'm having a great time, and I can already tell this game is going to take over my afternoon. All right, we're back, and I think I'm starting to understand this game a little bit better. Not much better. Just enough to be dangerous. Okay, so while I was figuring things out, my garden has actually gotten bigger. Look at this. We have multiple crops growing at the same time. Earlier I was excited about one plant. Now I'm running around harvesting entire rows. This feels great. Harvest. 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 Money is flying into my account. I finally understand why everyone in this server is standing in their gardens staring at plants all day. It's weirdly relaxing. Wait. Hold on. There's a new seed in the shop. Now I have a decision to make. Do I save my money? Or do I spend all of it immediately? I think we all know what's about to happen. Goodbye, savings. Hello, mysterious new seed. Let's plant this thing and see what happens. Now we wait. Again. This game is secretly teaching patience. I'm walking around checking out other people's gardens while my crops grow. Every time I think my garden is looking pretty good, I find someone whose farm looks like a botanical kingdom. How do people get this rich? Have they been playing for 6 months? Did they discover gardening secrets? Do they water their plants with pure determination? I need answers. Okay, our new plant is growing. It's getting bigger. And bigger. And bigger. Okay, that's definitely bigger than my normal crops. That's exciting. I have absolutely no idea if it's valuable, but it looks important. I'm treating it like it's the crown jewel of the garden. Nobody touch it! Protect the plant at all costs. Meanwhile, everything else is growing too. My garden has gone from random patch of dirt to actual farm. Look at all this stuff. Future me is going to be rich. Current me is still spending every coin the second I earn it. It's a flawless business strategy. Probably. The best part is that every harvest gets me closer to unlocking something new. Every few minutes, there's another seed, another upgrade, another thing to save for. The game keeps giving me reasons to keep playing. And honestly, it's working. I was supposed to log off ages ago. Instead, I'm standing in a virtual garden talking about vegetables and having a fantastic time doing it. All right, let's keep growing, keep harvesting, and see if we can turn this little farm into one of the biggest gardens on the server. To be continued. All right, I think we've reached the point where this game has completely taken over my brain. I logged in today, thinking I'd play for a few minutes. A few minutes turned into checking crops. Checking crops turned into buying seeds. Buying seeds turned into reorganizing my entire garden. Now here we are. I'm emotionally invested in digital plants. Look at this place. When I started, I had a tiny patch of dirt and almost no money. Now I've got crops growing all over the place, and I'm constantly running around harvesting stuff. The farm is alive. Okay, let's collect everything. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Money, more money, even more money. This is the kind of math I like. Wait a second. Something over here looks different. Hold on. Why is this plant so huge? I don't remember planting something that big. Maybe I got lucky. Maybe it's rare. Maybe the game accidentally thinks I'm good at farming. Whatever happened, I'll take it. Look at this thing. It's towering over half my garden. I keep stopping what I'm doing just to stare at it. Every few seconds I'm like, yep, still huge. Now let's see what seeds are in the shop. Wow. Everything is expensive. Suddenly all my money feels tiny again. 5 minutes ago, I felt rich. Now I feel like I found $1 on the sidewalk. Back to farming we go. The cycle continues. Plant. Harvest. Upgrade. Repeat. Honestly, that's what's making this game so fun. You're always working towards something. Every harvest gets you a little closer to the next cool seed or upgrade. And every time I tell myself I'm done playing, another crop finishes growing, then another, then another. The game knows exactly what it's doing. At this point, my garden is starting to look respectable. New players join the server and run past my farm, and for a brief moment, I feel like one of the experienced players. Then I see somebody with a garden 10 times bigger than mine. Never mind, back to work. The dream is still alive. One day I'll have one of those giant farms that takes 10 minutes just to walk across. But for now, we're making progress, learning the game, and having a blast. Not bad for a first-time gardener. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have approximately 17 plants to check on. The farm never sleeps. The adventure continues. I don't know exactly when it happened, but somewhere along the way, I stopped being a beginner. I mean, I'm still confused half the time. But now I'm confused with a much larger garden. Look at this place. There are crops everywhere. When I first joined, I could see my entire farm without moving. Now I have to jog around just to check everything. That's progress. Okay, let's do our morning harvest. We've got crops ready over here, a few more over there. And somehow I missed an entire row back here. I'm literally discovering plants I forgot I planted. That's either a sign of success or a sign that my garden is getting out of control. Maybe both. Wait, I just noticed something. I spend more time looking at my garden than actually playing the game. I'll just stand here for a second and admire everything. Look at those rows. Look at the giant plants. Look at the money waiting to be collected. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, enough staring. Let's get harvesting. Cha-ching! Money everywhere. The number keeps going up, and my brain keeps getting happier. I've also started developing strange farmer habits. Whenever I buy seeds now, I don't think, do I need this? I think, how many can I afford? That's probably not a good sign. The shop owner sees me coming and starts rubbing their hands together. They know I'm about to spend every coin I have, again. Okay, let's plant all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now we wait for everything to grow. You know, I thought gardening games would be boring. Instead, every time something grows, I get excited. Especially when a crop ends up bigger than expected. It's like opening a surprise gift every few minutes. And I'm definitely starting to recognize some of the players in this server. We've all been here for so long that we're basically neighbors now. I don't know their names. I don't know anything about them. But I see them running around their gardens every day, and I respect the hustle. Farmer solidarity. Meanwhile, my garden keeps getting bigger. The tiny starter plot from the beginning of the video feels like ancient history now. At this rate, by next week, I'm going to need a map just to find my own crops. Anyway, things are going great. We're making money, we're upgrading the farm, we're learning new things, and most importantly, we're having fun. Now let's keep growing this garden and see just how ridiculous this place can become. To be continued.